Once all component installation is complete, the next step is to commission the Turntide Smart Motor System. The Technician app has several functions. This video focuses only on the processes necessary to complete the initial setup. Apply power to the system and allow a couple minutes for motor controller to complete its power-up sequence. Open the Technician app. Before moving forward, take note of the support link in the upper right corner of the home screen. Touching this reveals two resources. Under Contact Us is the phone number for Turntide Technical Support. The User Guides link is to the Turntide Academy library of installation guides, manuals, and other documents. The first step in the commissioning process is to configure the motor controller. Start by touching the Connect to Motor Controller button and scanning the motor controller barcode. The motor controller emits a localized Wi-Fi signal to enable wireless connection between the motor controller and the smart device. Touch Join to connect to the motor controller. After connecting, the setup screen appears. Touch Begin Setup and scan the Turntide motor barcode. Following a successful scan, the supply voltage and the motor model screen appears. Touch the first drop-down and select the correct voltage applied to the motor controller. Next, touch the Motor Model drop-down menu and select the correct Turntide motor model. Acknowledge the notice that the motor controller will restart. When reconnection is complete, rejoin the controller network. Now, configure the motor speed range. Do not change the minimum speed. Enter the original induction motor speed as the maximum speed and touch Continue. Set the run direction as viewed from the motor shaft end. The prohibit reverse operation remains enabled. There are very few applications where the motor needs reverse operation. Configuring the control mode is next. Logic flow is used in the majority of RTU. Since the other modes are seldom used, they are beyond the scope of this video. Touch Logic Flow and confirm you want to load a logic flow. Since almost all RTUs use either thermostat or building management system 24-volt control, the RTU 24-volt thermostat control or special projects logic flows are used. The RTU 24-volt thermostat control selection allow the installer to configure motor operation based on number of RTU heating and cooling stages and desired airflow. It is common for Turntide to have unique projects requiring special logic flows. Technicians are informed in advance if they are working on a special project and the correct logic flow to load. Selecting a special project's logic flow reveals a screen for the flow. Here, there is a detailed sequence of operation and pinout diagram. Touch the blue Load Flow button at the bottom of the screen. At this point, the Turntide motor system is set up. If the job does not include a remote monitoring kit, the RMK, touch Done. Jobs that include an RMK require connecting the Turntide motor controller to the RMK. Start by selecting Configure Network. Note that the app retains the last 5 networks joined. For subsequent motor connections, simply select the RMK network from the list to expedite the connection process. Touch Join Wireless Network and enter the RMK SSID number and password, which can be found on the inside of the RMK door. After entering the SSID and password, touch Join in the upper right corner to complete the connection process, revealing the RMK is connected. Touch Home to return to the home screen. Here there are 3 operation modes for the technician to choose from. Choose Manual and enter an RPM to confirm motor operation and rotation. Select Stop to exit the manual mode. Note that the manual mode only operates the motor system. The heating and cooling are not enabled by the manual mode. Once engaged, the manual mode will operate indefinitely. If exiting the app while in manual mode, a prompt appears asking the technician if they wish to remain in manual or return to auto mode. The Off selection disables all turntide motor system operation. This should never be considered a safety device, as RTU electrical circuits remain energized. When off mode is selected, the motor will remain off until placed in manual or auto mode. Here too, if exiting the app while in off mode, a prompt appears asking the technician if they wish to remain in off or return to auto mode. The final option is auto. In this mode, the RTU and turntide motor system operate normally. The system must be left if auto. Finally, disconnect from the motor controller by touching the back arrow in the upper left and confirm the choice.